Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, the very first episode of me playing DesignTech by a mod pack created by Welsknight of Hermitcraft fame, someone who I've watched many videos of. In this series I am going to be making some weird and wonderful contraptions using all the various wonderful tech mods that are involved, and generally just having some fun. I've got a few ideas of what I'll be doing once I find myself a location for a decent base. Exactly what I'm going to do hasn't been finalised because, you know, so many ideas, so little time. So for the moment, we're going to go off and try and find a decent location for a starter base, and, you know, do a load of the preliminary stuff that gets done in Minecraft. So that's probably going to involve killing some of these pigs, sheep and cows, because, you know, that's always good. Cue the music.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. You're welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah, and times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you, the door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today, learn the part and join the play. The world is here, let's take it for a ride. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Larger, larger than, bigger, bigger than, living hopes and dreams. Every boy and girl, higher, higher than, brighter, brighter than, all you wanted, and you know. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted. Larger, larger, bigger, bigger, living hopes and dreams. Every boy, you could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted. You know you could.
And here we are. Can you feel it, ladies and gentlemen? You saw it at the end of the time lapse. Can you feel this as the location for at least the start of the series? We have the giant redwood tree. I can see some groovy ass things happening out of this tree. See, now what I'm not thinking is not a tree base. No, I don't want the base in the tree. What I am thinking is we use the trunk of the redwood as a means of getting up and down from a variety of platforms and offshooting structures that will be coming off of the redwood tree. So the core of the trunk will be where you go up and down, be a good place to run up various piping and ducts that you get from the various modules, and yeah, try and make it some sort of bio-organic looking weirdness, really. You know, it's very weird that it's very rare that you can get a bio-organic looking thing which doesn't look just a little bit weird. So yeah, that is the current plan. What we need is, we are now in our location. We need to go off and make it so we have a safe place to sleep the nights away. We won't be interrupted by monsters, etc, etc, etc. So what I'm going to do is go to a nearby forest, chop down a large quantity of trees so I can fence off a nice little starting area, and I will speak to you once that is done. Okay, so there we go. We now have a nice little starting area, a little bit of storage, bed, nice set of fences to set off the monsters if they decide to head in this direction. I've also thrown some torches up around the redwood because it blocks light enough that mobs don't die in the sunlight over there. So, and I've also started digging a hole down, which has got a cave down there right now, so I'll possibly go and explore that in a bit. But eventually, that's how I'm going to start getting down to diamond level so I can get some more resources. Now, the question is, what do we tackle first? I've got some basic tinker's stuff, which I raided from one of the villages. So we could go down the route of trying to get some ores and stuff to get some increased tools that way, or we could start messing around with something else. I'm going to have a bit of a think about that while I continue down there. I'll probably come back in a minute having not decided, and have decided that I'm going to go and check out that cave downstairs. Okay, so what I decided to do was dig a hole down to diamond level. That way, when I have the appropriate tools, I'll have a place set up to go and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a ladder going all the way down to diamond level. While I was doing it, I realised that stone tools down at diamond level just isn't going to cut it. So what we're going to do is turn around and head off into the caves that I'd found, which just so happened to, there we go, be part just off of the hole that I was making all the way down to diamond level. So we've got this, oh, creeper, 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 I hate creepers. There we go. Common YouTube thing, whenever a creeper comes up, the volume goes silent by the person making the video because they don't want the creeper to blow up in the wrong place. But, you know, that's how it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore this cave for a little bit and see about hopefully finding some iron, because I think I might have 1 bar or something like that, and I need to get at least enough to keep us going for a little bit down at diamond level for when we find those nice shiny blue nuggets of joy. They are blue, aren't they? Yeah, they're mostly blue. It's a bit of a weird blue, I guess. So I need torches. I've got to get used to this texture pack. The gravel always confuses me. Iron! Iron, iron, iron. I really wish it was that simple all the time, where you go, I could really do with this ore, and within minutes of looking for it, you found it. Because life would just be so much easier. It's one of the things that I'm definitely going to have to work on. I think I'm probably going to have to start making lists of random things I can randomly chat about while doing stuff which isn't building yet is being recorded. Yeah, I think I'm also probably going to go into, for those of you interested, I think it's Firewolf. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, wrong button. Options, resource packs. Yeah, Firewolf that I'm using at the moment for my resource pack. This Triton one is actually a 1.9 pack, which I'm trying to adapt backwards to 1.7.10 because it's got some really nice stuff in it, but I haven't quite got my head around the code just yet. It'll happen, and then I'll have customized resource packs coming out the wazoo, because if I haven't mentioned it, I'm traditional, well, not traditionally trained because I can completely train myself. My traditional skill set and occupation is that of a web developer, so I'm a coder. That is where I lie on the scale of things, and I love Aubrey bushes. They are, in one of my opinions, one of the best ways of getting things set up so you can farm ores. Don't know why, I just really like them. I know there's other ways of getting them and making things easy, but getting a nice big oreberry bush farm going, especially if you've got like Mechanism or Mine Factory Reloaded in the mod pack, you can just get a really nice ore generation system going on with the Aubrey options. That's another reason why I want iron, is because I want a bucket, because I need to get some water down the bottom of the drop chute to the diamond layer, because reasons. Oh, get on with it. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, whenever I find Aubrey bushes, I'm going to be stacking up on them as much as possible. I'd like to try and see just how obscene an Aubrey farm I could get going. Of course, it would be nice if the Aubrey bushes would grow in the light, because then you could put them anywhere and, you know, do some really fantastic, funky looking stuff with them. But given you've got to hide them away in as dark a place as possible to make them grow as fast as possible, it kind of defeats that purpose. You know what? I'm actually thinking of doing a load of this off camera, simply because this can't be very interesting to be watching. Not unless I come up with something to talk about, of course. There was something I was actually going to ask in the video for the few people that decide to watch. I'm having problems with my memory. Well, one thing was, I gave you my idea about the redwood and having all the various platforms that come off it and all that sort of stuff. What would be kind of cool is if anybody's got any suggestions as to specifics that I do with that, because I want to get feedback and I want to make things that are as cool as possible, and the way to come up with the coolest ideas, in my experience, involves getting feedback from as many people as possible. And let's pillar up for that one. Oh no, that's not how you do it. There we go. And then we need to find our way back to the spot where I came in, which oh yeah, it was past the gravel, wasn't it? Because I made the comment about not really recognising it. There we go, bup. Now we can get ourselves an iron pick, which gives us the double benefit of being a little bit faster in going through and doing that caving, and at the same, and then if we decide to, can go down and look for some diamonds and the next level. So I have lots of aluminium bushes. I've got an iron Aubrey bush, that'll be good. A little bit of the oreberries. I'm gonna have to check, because I know that different mod packs, they can vary. It's probably going to be just a few nuggets I get for each Aubrey bush, each oreberry, should I say? But you never know. I know that in some packs, one of them, which I am probably going to end up doing a video series on, because I'm a big fan of it, is hypervolemia. But in that, the Aubrey bushes, you get an entire bar for every single one of these little oreberries. It's partly because, you know, it's one of the very few there are no resources in the ground, so it's one of the few ways of you actually getting iron. So, you know, it's not like standard where you can just go into the dirt and find a load. Okay, let's get that. That's a little bit more sticks than I wanted. And let's get ourselves that, and we'll get ourselves another one, so we have a backup pick. Yay, iron tools! Yeah, Hastings! Okay, I think that probably needs some explanation. Family Guy. There's a scene where they're talking about the Battle of Hastings, and you end up with this cutaway, and you've just got guys heading towards the battle going, "Yeah, Hastings!" The reason why it's a bit of a thing with me is I live right near where the Battle of Hastings happened. It's about Battle, which is the name of the town where the battle actually happened. Surprising that they named it Battle. Is about 15 miles away, I think it is. Hastings just a little bit further than that. And you know, we're going to leave that water there so I can pick it up later. Although there's probably plenty. No, there's plenty of water up topside. There we go. So what do we have here? So yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, I'm not actually that experienced of a Minecraft player. So you're going to have me fumbling about trying to get to know what a lot of these mods do. I still haven't memorised, half the vanilla recipes, let alone stuff from mods. But we'll get there. We'll make some wonderful stuff. And it will all end up glorious. And more coal. Because coal is good. Coal is great. Ooh, what's that? Oh, silver. Let's do that one. Oh, only the one. Okay. Marble, mushroom. There's a bat somewhere. More iron. Let's just put one of those down because it's the best way of. I always find it's better to light a place up than block it off, because it's very easy to not block off something properly, and as a result have a load of stuff show up. I say that and I haven't even bothered blocking that one off, lighting that bit up properly, but I've got a feeling that we are done with this branch, which means blocking off does become the better option. I am definitely rambling now, so what I'm going to do is finish off this little bit of caving, and then I will meet you upstairs, and we will at that point probably be in a position to actually start putting together the starter base as more than just a fence on a hill. Okay folks, so I've done a little bit of gathering. I've got myself a couple of slightly improved tools. I've set myself up a little oak farm over here, and I've got some willow trees growing here. The reason for all this is that I want to get a nice healthy chunk of wood for setting up the initial outline for our mega structure that's going to be around the giant redwood. Now, in order to do this, what I want to do is gather the wood until I've got enough, but the other thing that I'm going to need to do is level out the area around the redwood. So what I want to do is to have it so the entire area around the redwood has roughly the same level, and I'm thinking it's going to be this level, which means filling in the bits down there, going out, and effectively I'm going to be clearing away all the grass. I'll add some again later, but clearing out all the grass, filling in the lower levels until I've got a nice big area predominantly on this side of the redwood for now. We can go around the other sides later as and when it's required. But yeah, so the plan is clear the area, and it's entirely possible that by placing blocks I'd get rid of most of these anyway. But let's just clear this little bit. And then I've already gotten rid of a small hill slightly off in the distance in order to get the dirt that I've got here, and I built myself a couple of basic builder's wands in order to try and make this process a little bit faster, because yeah, time can be a biatch, so that, as they say. So yeah, the plan, as I said, get all this filled in around here. I'm probably going to leave the water that we've got down here, although it is dirty water, so not entirely certain about that. But we've got other water sources just over there which are clean and clear, and we're going to have it so we end up with a nice flat area to start building a smeltery, tinker's tools, then start getting some power generation, then we'll start getting some automated farms, and we'll go from there. You probably don't want to watch me fill all this in, so I'm going to get the area all cleared out, all leveled out, and show you what it's like. Okay folks, we've got the area cleared out, as you can see, and I've put some dirt pillars roughly on the boundaries of what my starting encampment is going to be. As you can see, I'm using the trunk of the redwood as part of the base. I've got a feeling that I'm probably going to be going slightly larger in this direction when I start. I've come up with an idea for how I'm going to build the walls to make it safe, etc, etc, etc. It's deliberately going to be looking relatively simple, like a starting compound would be, and which would evolve over time into something more and more complicated. It's based on an idea that I saw on, I think it was Kylecraft, like modular wall system. But let me see if I can remember this. It's 1, 2, 3. Then it is oh, and I haven't made everything that I'm supposed to have made. Well done, mole. So I need that and that, and then I need some stairs. There we go, we need some stairs. Right, and then it was, nope, other way up. 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a torch there. So the bulk of the wall is going to be this. There is going to be more to it, in that I also want to put spiky bits here and here, just to give a little bit of a touch to it. But what we're also going to be doing, do I have my shovel? No, I don't. Let's go get a shovel, because that's probably going to be more useful than the sword right now. Where is my shovel? Nope. Oh, nothing left. Okay, let's make a new shovel. I'm going to need something to make this shovel out of. Yeah, like an iron shovel. But yeah, what I'm doing is mixing the willow and the oak. I like the bark texture of the willow in those, the tree raw format for those columns. I'm not too big of a fan of it as a wall standing up, type effect, but I think mixing it into the ground does wonderful things. Let's just get my 2 shovels, because I'm probably going to need them eventually anyway. So yeah, the plan is, what we're going to do is take out all the dirt down there. Let's just go pick it up, because we'll be needing it to fill stuff in. Let's just put that down there, and it was block, block, block. Doing this as a kind of support pillar. And yep, then that and that. So yeah, that is the overall thing, and repeat, 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 repeat for the wall segments. So we'll do another one here. So we're going to need bam, bam. Oh, place things properly. Placing things properly is good. See? Quick, repeatable. I'm probably going to get rid of that one because it's attached itself. And then we're going to have a doorway, which is going to change things out. So that's going to be out. I need to get out some more. Let's do the other side. I want a gap of 2. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Then we'll go like that. My plan is, because this doesn't look the greatest, in my opinion, with the green, I know I'm going to have to get myself some willow fences. But the plan is that the door on this side is going to be the green with the willow. The door on the other side is going to be the oak. That way I've got a small mental reference that if I'm going to be going off somewhere, you know, I've got the little thing, oh yeah, I go in the green direction, or I go in the oak direction. That's it, I need to sleep, because I don't want any monsters to interrupt me while I'm doing this. Okay, so I need some willow fence. Willow fence, willow fence, willow fence, willow fence. Oh. That's a different type of willow plank. Ah, I might not be able to make willow fences. This could change my plans. So it was, yep, that's not working. So just to make sure, that doesn't work, does it? No. What about, I can get sticks made of willow. Let's just have a look through the willow stuff, because I'm pretty sure that there was the. Because yeah, I've made this in a test world. There isn't, is there? Over here, there is nothing. That's the old one. I want the Natura one. Let's have a look. It would be in this area. That's what I want. Is probably that one. Yep, okay, so what I need to do is okay, let's just quickly make a couple of chests over here, and for the moment we will drop the dirt. That's it. Okay, so we can now put some of this away until we need it later, and then we do that, and then there's that. This is why you do loads of prep work off screen to avoid what I've just done. And why did I make so many of them? Because there's an entire chance that and that are the only 4 willow fences I'm going to use, because we're going to be putting actual fences here. We're going to be tearing this up and putting willow in here. Yep. I'm not doing the foundations of the pillars for the posts, but I am going to do it for the doors, because I like the idea of having, you know, as much space on the internal of the wall for the purpose of building buildings and, you know, farms and all that sort of stuff. But for the actual doorways, you know, it makes more of a doorway. So the plan is going to be, I'll make some fence gates in a minute. There'll be a fence gate here. I'll be putting some pressure plates here so that they'll automatically open when I leave. But obviously I don't want to do that on the way in, because otherwise mobs can just, you know, trundle up and get in even when I don't want them to. So let's go back, and then this will just go back into one. I will do one of these blocks without you know, messing it up. Okay, so that's right. Yeah, that's what I want down there. I know I probably should have used the other one, but I don't care. And then we go blam, 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 blam. Okay. Oh, one last there. Right, now, do I stop that there, or do I do one more? So I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think, yeah, once I've moved everything down, that'll work fine. So we'll have one more, and then we'll hit the corner. Let's see if I can do this without messing up. So we want to get rid of those, and then we're going to fill that, and that. Then we're going to go blam, blam, blam. And there, and because it's a corner, we're going to need one there as well, and because it's a corner, I'm going to put one of those there. So yeah, that's the idea, and as you can see, it makes, you know, for what looks like a pretty simple wooden wall structure. Once we've got the gates in and it goes all the way around, it should look pretty cool. So what I think I'm going to do is time-lapse building of the rest of the walls, and see how it goes like that. I'm also going to make myself my gates, or I might just steal. I've got 1, 2, 3 up there. I need at least one more, so I'm going to have to be building more anyway. So yeah, let's see you once I've finished building the walls. So here we have it, folks. We have our wall. In the meantime, I've also taken the mine shaft that I built over there, brought it all over the way over here. But yeah, we have our wall. It is now going around our little compound. I included the pond for uses in later stuff, and it goes over there. We've got the green entrance over there, and then we've got the oak entrance over here, and it just goes all the way around and should hopefully keep us nice and safe from all the nasties over there. One of the other things I did off camera was I went up, I pillared up onto the redwood tree and placed some torches, because there were some spawnable locations up on the trunk and really didn't want them spawning there and then coming down. I think the only places they can spawn now, just by getting down to me, they'll kill themselves, so we should be good there. Now that's going to be it for this episode, but between episodes I'm going to move all the stuff that's up on the hill into the camp area here. I'll probably build a little proper entrance for the mine, and next episode we're going to start putting together some buildings, hopefully start generating some power and go from there. Yeah, but I think all in all it's a remarkably good start. Yay! Yeah, so I'll see you next time. If you like the video, like it. If you like the channel, subscribe. Simple as that. If you don't like either of those things, what are you doing here? I don't know. I'll see you next time, folks. Have fun.